My name is Juan, and it is a pleasure to be here with you today. We all are here today from all over the world, even from places as far as Ukraine, in order to maximize the development of aerospace industry in the Americas and Puerto Rico. America's Aerospace Summit 2015 has brought together the companies, the investors, the academia, the local and federal government, and everyone that at the end of the day wants to take advantage of this amazing industry and all the benefits Puerto Rico and the Americas will provide you. This event has been possible thanks to all our sponsors. We want to mention our main sponsors who has helped us from the beginning. Interlink, Sheraton Puerto Rico Convention Center, Hotel and Casino, Hub International, Carrio, Laffitte y Casellas, Banco Popular, Bermúdez y Longo Díaz Mazón, Aeropace, Challenger Brass Copper of Puerto Rico, CIC Construction, CRB, leaders in architecture, engineering, and construction, Danosa, NGWorks, Genesis Security, Honeywell Aerospace, Mentor Technical Group, PSS Pathfinder, Positronic, Seaboard Airlines, Vegas Airlink, and many others. Thank you to all. Before we continue, we want to have some special announcements. For those who play golf, tomorrow we are having a golf outing, tomorrow Saturday, at the Dorado Beach Pineapple Course at 8 a.m. If you want to go, please go to the registration tables and register yourself or get more information. We have a great variety of exhibitors that we want to invite you to visit during the day. Also, before you leave, we have a special rate for the parking, so please get stand. Now, I would like to call Mr. Arnaldo Soto Jr. for the formal welcoming and opening remarks. Arnaldo Soto Jr. is the chairman and founder of the America's Aerospace Summit, chairman emeritus of the Puerto Rico Construction Industry and Infrastructure Cluster, and committee chair of the National Association of Surety Bond Producers, a small and emerging business committee. He is a senior vice president in charge of construction and bonds at Hub International, CLC, DBA Carrio, Laffitte, Casellas. Prior to joining Hub International, he was executive vice president, partner, and member of the board of directors of Carrio, Laffitte, Casellas, insurance broker. Please welcome Mr. Arnaldo Soto Jr.
Thank you, Wilson. I'm honored to be here in front of you. And I'll start by saying thank you to my family that have given me valuable time to be able to engage in this type of activities. My parents who taught me the value of perseverance, never to give up. My wife and partner who challenged me not to complain about the government problems, but to look for solutions and put them in writing. My partner and colleagues at Hub International, Carrio, Laffitte, Casellas, my assistant, who unfortunately passed away in a tragic incident 2 weeks ago, for the teamwork that has allowed me and our company to remain viable through this difficult economic environment we have experienced in the last few years. My organizing committee, that without them, this international group would have never happened. Thank you, Carmen Angeles, Charlotte, Nelson, Miriam, Wilson, Jose, Carlos, and Ramon Caldas. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you to the cluster, its board of directors that for the last 4 years allowed me to grow and come up with many of these new projects and ideas that you're going to see today. Jose Rossi and Billy Rico, that since the Puerto Rico cluster's inception in 2005 have inspired me to work and to look for solutions to Puerto Rico problems. Valesca Rivera and Vicente Nazario, that were brave enough to go with me to Brinco and the deck to talk about this crazy idea of having Puerto Rico become an aerospace hub 3.5 years ago. A lot of what witness it here today. Ramon Sanchez, an urban planner, a foremost expert in P3s, having done the bridge over the lagoon for Versace Construction, will help us at the cluster as executive director and now as treasurer of the board, but most importantly, as a friend and a mentor of what we need to do for a single project and ideas to be successful, and the positive effect that working together can do can have in the community. Miguel Rodriguez Micheo, former head of operations at NASA, who was one of the first persons I called with this crazy idea of developing Puerto Rico into an aerospace hub, and asked him, do you think we're going to incinerate ourselves? And I sent him a bunch of papers. He called back and says, you guys have a great vision. The vision is solid, but it's going to be an uphill battle to make it happen. Well, thanks to his answer, we're here today. He gave us a green light to what we have done to fight for a new, different Puerto Rico. Secretary Alberto Acó, that took this project and ran with it, making Lufthansa Technique possible, and never stopped pushing his team under the direction of Antonio Medina to new heights. This event, last year we had a similar event, and we'd like to thank Silvia de Kaiser, Jose Molina, Luisa Zambrano. They had the Caribbean Space Summit, but that was primarily an educational forum. Before we go back, I want to thank, Silvia, who could not be here today, for sending all her partners at Space Innova and Space Puerto Rico to this event, including Nicole Jordan, who will be giving us the closing remarks today, and Jose Molina, who helped us as part of the organizing committee. This year's America's Aerospace Summit is a networking event totally committed to presenting business opportunities to our community in general. This event is about making our economy grow, about making the pie bigger, so our sons and daughters will have the opportunity to work in our beautiful island, as plenty of jobs will be available. With Lufthansa Technique MRO, people are beginning to realize what we've been saying all along, that we not only need the engineers, but we also need the technicians. We need the mechanics, the electricians, the welders, the avionics experts, you name it. As I recently said in a TV interview in Fuego Cruzado, as we were promoting the event, even a hamburger salesman will benefit from the development of these industries. Why aviation, cyber, and space? We've always said that people are our greatest asset. Today you will get to meet many of those Puerto Ricans that have been engaging in these industries for years and working in the United States. UTC alone has over 3,000 Puerto Ricans working for them. But what we need now is not to continue to export our talent, but to convince businesses to open their doors in Puerto Rico and take advantage of many of the tax incentives designed specifically to encourage exports, smart manufacturing, and advanced R&D. I guess, as you've been seeing, reading the newspapers lately, we're going back to the future. Unless we know our history, it will be very difficult to know where we're going. See if I can have my presentation. The first one. Okay, thank you. From being a gateway to the new world to where we are today, nothing symbolizes that better than El Morro, a beautiful structure that protected and inspired Puerto Ricans, to build something from scratch, innovative, strong, that will last for years and years and years. El Morro has always inspired many of us, to be great, to reach for the stars, and that is what we're trying to do today. What we need is a vision, just like we had then, a constructor, plenty of workers to build magnificent structures, even in very harsh conditions. If we could do it then, why can't we do it today as we try to develop the aviation, cyber, and space industries? Let's look at the garita. Were we looking at sea and providing security for all Puerto Ricans? Aren't we doing the same now at the Arecibo Observatory, looking at the universe and providing security? From being a super port in the middle of the Atlantic to being a player in the aviation and aerospace market. Did you know that the University of Mayagüez has a UAV institute? El Turabo is designing microsatellites with the University of Michigan. Ana Jiménez has a city in Barceloneta with a photonic laser institute. And at the Puerto Rico Science Trust, in their Science City, will provide zero taxes to all scientists and engineers who move there to do research, up to $250,000 in salaries. Again, everything is interconnected. Cyber and communication security may be the way of the future, but we've been involved in these industries for many years, as even the European communication cable goes to Puerto Rico. Did you know that Atlas Air cargo flies from New York to Miami to Puerto Rico for refueling and continues to Germany and the Middle East 3 times a week? We have a privileged location, a great supply chain, a right stable climate to perform all kinds of aviation and aerospace work, including having a spaceport which could be utilized during the cold winter months in the States. We're here today to partner with everyone to bring back economic growth and stability to our island. From investors, companies, universities, and even the tourism industry, let's work together to build a new interconnected Puerto Rico. The Stargate to the future. Thank you all. Enjoy the conference.